Cool.
Yay, wheat.
We'll call the meeting back to order. Andrea, come on up.
Okay,
Thank you for coming out.
yeah. This is one of my favorite parts of my job, is to come to everywhere. All right, well, I'm here from Options. You guys are all the same people I remember from last year, so this is good, because I don't need to explain what we do, but give you some ideas of how we do it over the past year. In your letter, did you guys receive your letter in your county profiles?
We might have last meeting.
Because I mean, I have extras for you guys to have here, so
Thank you.
in case anybody from the public would like them.
I think there's two, maybe more. All right, I'll give these back to you.
Well, I'll give those to
Give it to me, that's fine.
you or anybody that
Yeah.
might want them. Yeah, one of them is Cheyenne County and the other is like our whole service area. So, over the past year, our services went up again, 147%. Yeah. And I freaked out at that number when I heard it. And I had one of my friends point out to me, she said, you know, all of these people were there. They were experiencing this in their home and have been probably for a long time, but now they know how to reach you. And the dialogue in our country has been that this isn't something we need to put up with any longer. And there's been lots of movies and documentaries. I just watched one recently. I know you're in the medical profession. It was called, oh goodness, what was it called? But it was a documentary about traumatic brain injury and the number of traumatic brain injuries that survivors receive.
It's surprising how much this goes on.
It is, and you know, the whole focus of that documentary was that, you know, just the knocks upside the head that aren't concussions, but are enough to jostle the brain, and how that builds up over time, that survivors are experiencing CTE just like football players. Yeah. Over the past year, we have started the lethality assessments with Ellis County law enforcement in all of the towns and the sheriff department. That is going well as far as I know. I know we're still working out a few kinks, and that's kind of why we started with one place, and then we'll roll it out everywhere if everybody is interested in doing that. It's an assessment that when an officer responds to a call, they can go through a series of questions with that survivor to help them understand, them and the officer understand how much danger everybody's in. The first 3 questions, if they answer yes to that, it's an automatic referral. And that referral isn't just hand them a pamphlet, which they're already required by law to do. It is the officer calls our office on their phone and hands it to the survivor and gets us in touch with each other. And then the next 14 questions, if they answer yes to any 6 of those, it becomes a referral. And that referral not only comes to us, but it also goes to the county attorneys, goes to all of the law enforcement departments, so that any officer responding knows that there is danger in that household, because that is one of the most dangerous calls any officer can make, is to a domestic situation. We have our campus advocate who travels to all of the community colleges and colleges in our area. They go to Colby, Goodland, Beloit to NCK Tech, and we helped start and continue to support the Goodland SANE program. So they have a SANE nurse available, which does that sexual assault nurses exam. If someone comes in and wants to, you know, take evidence for, and just receive services for that. We do have a new mobile advocate hired. She just started yesterday. She will complete her training, and then she'll be the one that does our circuit to all of the counties at least twice a month. She is She lives in Colby, so she'll be based out of the Colby office, which will be fabulous because she'll be able to respond quickly to this area. We did not receive our tax credits for the Colby Shelter project that we had applied for last year, but we applied again this year with an even stronger application. Found some consultants to make that a good and strong possibility. Our shelter services tripled over the past year. We provided over 5,000 bed nights, either in our shelter home or in hotels. One of our main focuses right now is we're gearing up and trying to identify a property and get ready to do a very large capital campaign, which would increase our shelter space. If the property that we're looking at works out, it would also allow us to create 7 to 8, depending on floor plans, transitional housing for someone who is ready to leave shelter but not quite ready to be on the regular economy. You know, they're still trying to build a savings and steady employment, so that they can live inexpensively and be ready to tackle life on their own. We do have a transition advocate that helps people find employment and housing, and a family advocate is new to our staff this year that focuses mainly on survivors with families and how to build some parenting skills and things like that. We continue our 24/7 access. We are in a process of trying to place a laptop either in courthouses or in somewhere in the community like a library that a survivor could go to and use that laptop to file the electronic PFA or PFSSA, or even there's the DocSeeMe that you can connect to our office, and the laptops all have a camera so that they could do a face-to-face with one of our advocates quickly to help fill out that paperwork or just even have a counseling session. I am currently fostering a dog. I had 3 rats at my house this past month. I had rats in high school, so it was no big deal. That's the one that they thought was gonna be the hard place, and I'm like, yeah, I'll take him. You know, so we all step up and do what we can. The dog that I'm fostering, her mom lives in shelter, and this one doesn't have any of her emotional support or service dog certifications, so that's, you know, one of the ways that they would stay at shelter. So she stays with me, and she is lovely. And then, of course, Safe Bar and Cut It Out. Safe Bar is for bar owners to teach their employees and themselves about how to recognize alcohol being used as a tool to facilitate bad actions. And Cut It Out is for hairstylists and tattoo artists and things like that that are in an intimate setting with someone that they see things that even the regular public doesn't see. You know, patches of missing hair or something, you know, that they could help direct someone towards our services. I know in your county that there have been 19 criminal cases filed so far this year. If you look at what the charges were and who was involved with the charges, 3 of those were specifically domestic violence crimes. The 4th one, I'm not sure because I don't know who the people are that, you know, I could completely determine that. But 6 of the 19 crimes were person crimes. So that means there was a victim involved, and it might not necessarily be domestic violence, but I know sometimes how things get filed, you know, the people seem to know each other, but, you know, there's a certain degree to get them filed as a domestic case, and sometimes that doesn't happen. But I do know that your very first criminal case filed in Decatur County this year was a domestic violence case. So, if you guys have any questions for me? I know I rattled off a lot of information at you. Trying to keep your schedule.
I don't have any questions, but like I say, I think this service we really do need, and it's
And I know, I think you expressed last year that you wished we were here more, and we're really trying to make that happen and be active in our communities and participate.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
So, you know, the next thing is, there's no secret why I'm here. I'm asking you guys for money, and we did ask for $2,000. And that's, you know, to support our efforts in the area.
Is that an increase or the same?
Oh, goodness. Give me 1 second, I can tell you.
Isn't it?
Mm.
Oh, wait, there's a picture on here, I think.
Normally I have all my little charts, but I scaled down my little.
That's a $500 increase.
Okay.
Okay.
I was thinking it was, yeah, I was thinking, or what,
Yeah.
$500 increase from what you've allotted
Yeah.
in the previous year.
It's a slight
We'll
increase.
do the best we can.
Yep.
I understand. As I said before, I am familiar with city and county government because my dad's the mayor in Russell and has been involved with stuff all of my life that I can remember, so.
I'm sure we could probably make it work, but we'll do the best we can.
We understand, and thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for what you do.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for what you guys do. Gotta make it run, right? Thank you. Bye now. Thank you. Yep, my hands are cold, sorry.
Yes, they are.
You guys have a great day.
Thank you.
Come on over.
How are you today? Good, yourselves?
So, Bird City's wanna put Evan Waters on the fire department. Back there, for everything. Anyhow you want over there.
Hey.
I think he'd be a good addition. He knows all the city pretty well. He works for the city.
I can't believe we're asking for social security.
And I was thinking the same thing.
Some
I guess-
Some ought to be taken off for the concern.
I was thinking if they hire him, yeah, but otherwise, it's pretty dangerous.
So if I could floating around and forth. Does it seem weird to you?
Just to me.
Well, not that I've application.
I don't think we have it on St. Francis.
I don't know. Good night, hopefully.
And then let the city lights out before anybody gets it.
I for one think keep.
I didn't know it was on there.
Yeah.
That's how hard I look at it.
I for one think he'd make a great addition to the fire department, and
Absolutely.
I'll make a motion we put Evan Waters on.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded to have, put Evan Waters on the fire department in Bird City. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? And did you want these back?
No, that's so,
social security
Maybe
number
I'll
on
be
there. Yeah, yeah.
Or salad. Oops.
I'm gonna need it someday. Okay, so this is, I cut a little bit off the budget. It's not, I still don't feel comfortable doing it, but I did it.
That one for, thank you.
So the top copy is what I turned in originally, the bottom copy is what I reduced about 24,000. I just hope that's tucked away, 24,000 tucked away somewhere if we get in trouble.
Rainy day.
So, you know, I assume you guys know, but if we have mutual aid, we are responsible for every truck out here.
You mean if something happens to them?
Yeah, so like when I tell you come out with that big fire, they blew a tire and ripped the fender off their truck. We told them to turn in the bill, they just didn't do it. We are responsible for all that when it gets called out here. So that's why I float the budget a little higher.
Right.
you know. So that's why I say I hope you guys have plenty tucked away if something does happen. So I'm not sure I even had enough if we got, you know,
With that catastrophic thing, yeah.
Yeah, there's always a chance of that.
you get a couple trucks out here and they collide and then you're buying 2 trucks for a different department, you know?
Or if one catches fire out there.
Well, I hope they have good insurance.
Yeah.
Is that kind of a common deal on mutual aid?
That's the way it works, yeah. Yep, if we go to Gidland calls us over there and we help them, they're responsible for every unit there. Most guys just absorb the cost though. Very seldom, we don't get like gas tickets and all that.
Right.
I think it's just to cover them on bigger things.
And Ryan probably answered the questions better than I could on some of that.
Right.
I just know, I wasn't been told we're responsible, so. Then the other question I had, I don't know if Tristan knows about, are you guys raising the fee for the building up there? I know that's what was talked about.
It is, yes, it doubled, so typically you were taking $322, so now you're at $625, yeah, because we're putting in $1250 total. So, yeah, so we could project that out for your contractual to see, because, yeah, you guys raised it, you doubled it. To put into the EM building, EMS building up here, because it wasn't covering
Right.
expenses and stuff, so you guys approved to double that. That comes out of his budget and EMS's budget, and you guys doubled that.
Because, just out of curiosity, is transportation paying anything for having a vehicle up there?
No, because it's a county entity, it's funded, I mean, yeah, it's,
I mean, our fires.
we don't pay rent, no. I mean, they could allow that, but it's the same thing,
And that should have been.
it's all
out of
county
there by
funds
now,
per
shouldn't
se.
it?
Huh?
That should have been out of there by now.
I don't know anything about that.
That's been done here. Yeah. It will be out of there very soon, I think, so.
I'm sure that one don't bother you on that side, right?
Not really, there's just the thought of,
Yeah.
we're a county entity as well, so I just
Yeah.
don't know
You're
why
good.
they're
You're
not
paying,
paying
yeah.
if we're paying.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's a
Would
valid
seem,
point.
would seem right, yeah. Probably a question for Les.
So I guess when I cut the budget, we need to take all that into consideration too, we're raising.
We're doubling something.
You know. So I wanna raise the budget, I raised the budget 3% 1 or 2 years ago, and that's all I've ever raised that budget.
So by raising your rent, say by 12 months, that's $7,500. and before, it would have been half of that, so it would have only been 3750.
That's quite a bit.
Yeah.
You said 7,000?
And that's equally
Yeah,
shared between you and
7,500,
EMS.
because you,
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Hopefully EMS
But-
pays the same.
930.
yes. So yeah, their contractual would win up double too, and it's the same amount for either.
And personnel, I agree, that's a little high, but you never know how, if 2 or 3 day fire, you know, you're gonna be,
Right.
once they cross that 4 hour mark, it's $10 an hour, what we're paying them. So it's hard to budget for, I hate to say it's hard to budget for emergency service.
Yeah.
Right. Gamble.
Well, the good thing about that though is that if it gets too bad, the county will cover it.
That's.
I know they were talking, I know you guys kept preaching 80,000 when I was in here, but I don't feel like you cut that. And I don't feel like I'll sign the paper approving that if you guys cut it to that.
Right.
I mean, if that's what you wanna do, that's your business, I'm just not gonna sign the paper saying that I agree with it,
Okay.
so. And you know the right to fire me if that's what you wanna do, so.
I don't want to do that.
No. What are your guys' thoughts?
Well, something you guys can consider when you have the next budget work day.
Okay.
Don't we do this on the budget day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if you were having another one. I had-
We did set
13th.
one, yeah, they did set one for the 13th, so, this month, June, yeah, for the next meeting,
Still
so,
be gone.
okay. Well, good thing you're here then.
In fact, I know I'll be going on the 12th.
Okay. Well, I guess if you guys want him here, we maybe can move it to the,
Do you want to be here?
are you on vacation?
Because we can move it to
The 11th?
the 11th. If it
I would
works.
still be here the 11th, I'm actually pulling out the 12th.
Okay. You
Maybe
guys
if
okay
you
with
guys want
moving
him
it?
here, you might wanna move that then.
Yeah, that's fine, I'm good with it.
Move the budgetary meeting to the 11th instead of the 13th at 1. That way he can be here.
I mean, I pretty much said what I need to say, so you can do it either way.
And you can be here on video too, or what do they call that?
What?
You
Sorry?
too?
Be here.
Oh, well, yeah, he could, if he's on vacation, I would say he probably doesn't wanna call in.
I don't remember, I've got a doctor's appointment on the 11th, I don't know what time it is.
Okay. Well, just take good notes and remember what was
Let's
talked
just
about.
leave it where it's at, and, like you say, you already,
Yeah, I guess if you guys want me to say more, we can ask questions now while I'm here, but
yeah.
No,
And if you think about anything else, you could either call in or,
but you will be okay at that number, and if it gets bad, then we'll get some general.
yeah,
Okay.
I hope, I mean, that's,
I know, it's,
Do we have any idea what's in, we could move money from one line item to another line item account.
So like between contractual and commodities or whatever, so yeah, like overall,
You can move from capital outlay to,
right, so overall, as long as overall, say you're short in payroll or personnel, but yet you have to pay more fees, you know, to have trucks repaired or whatever. Yeah, so overall, as long as you stay within, that's fine, is what I understand. Is when you go,
like capital outlay,
so.
25,000. All
Based
right,
on my original.
is there more in capital outlay than 25,000?
So that transfer to special fire, so if say they don't, I mean, you're just budgeting that, but you wouldn't have, like, say you went over, you can cut that
Right.
to you don't have to transfer that unless it's there.
Right.
That's my understanding.
Right,
So that's kind of, I mean, to me, that's kind of a buffer.
that's a buffer, that's what I'm.
Ish, yes, that, the transfer is,
Right, but even.
because those are approved after the budget is done, after the audit is
Isn't
done.
there more in capital outlay?
Well, this is for his budget.
Right, but. even
Sorry, I'm
in
not
his
trying to
budget-
interrupt you.
In his budget, isn't there more in capital outlay?
It transfers to a special fire account.
Special
It's
fire,
another
so
account, yeah.
there's a special fire account, there's
Right.
gotta be a lot of money there somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know where the,
And I-
where we're at right now.
I don't, Scott keeps
You know
track of
what,
that, so.
There's your buffer.
Mhm.
Maybe we'll get that number for you, and maybe,
I mean, I know it's big, but it's also, that's what we're buying trucks out of, and stuff like that. And that was gonna be my next thing, we're gonna have to look for Bird City or rescue truck. Their Suburban won't hardly pull stuff out of the ditch last time they were out. If they're gonna have jaws, they're gonna need the truck to haul them, so. And then we might, I know you and I talked briefly about it, but we might consider that set of jaws again if we're gonna cut the budget down the road, we probably better get it now. I should have money in special fire, but I'll have to check.
now, are you going just to fix the one or get the portable one
Probably get the portable because the one, I tried to get prices on cutters,
right?
and they said they can't get them.
I think that other one, the portable one is probably a lot better.
Yeah, and it's 27,641.
And the repair was like 15, is that right?
I don't remember now.
I thought you gave Bird City the one, your other one in Buttermilk.
We did. Well, they got the older one, that's why I'm saying that.
So it
They're saying
needs to
they're
be
having problems
replaced.
with it, yes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So there'd be the one that would need it replaced. And I don't know that you need to make that decision right this minute, it's just something put in the bank that we're gonna have to do eventually.
So we're looking at a rescue vehicle for Bird City and then Jaws.
Well, I'm wondering on the jaws, I know you guys said something about going to the city.
Mm-hmm.
98% of the time, jaws are used in the county.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if you guys wanna have the city pay and we have to use them in the city, we could always send them a bill at that time if it come down to that.
That wouldn't work so good, would it?
But I think we split the last set between St. Francis and here, but I don't think Bird City will have half of $27,000 in their budget, their fire budget.
No, doubt it.
And like I said, I'll check on what's in special fire, and we might be able to pay that out of special fire. And then I've been looking at rescue trucks, and if we can find a decent used one, it's gonna be between 100 to 150 grand. We'll have to buy one. 150 grand getting pretty new though, I'm just giving you worst, I knew your worst case scenario. I found one for 360, but.
I want one of those. When I go to Manhattan and stuff, they have some pretty sweet trucks.
Put 100 grand into that one, huh?
Yeah.
I can tell you got some people looking, coming to check those out. Got some excited kids. Those quick attack trucks are pretty cool.
Well, that's the other thing, I don't know how long before we just need to start thinking about replacing. I mean, the trucks only have 17,000 miles on them, but they're probably as hard a miles as mine has at 100,000 miles, so.
Yeah.
So that's something to think about down the road, and we have been talking about changing steer tires, so start saving money go. Cause some of them big trucks, we probably need to change steer tires, they're probably over 10 years old.
And Probably pretty important too.
Yeah.
I don't remember you had some of those tires replaced, but I don't remember those weren't the steer tires though.
Yeah, they were on the real one, I think, we put 2 front tires on it, cause those were so chopped out, you couldn't hardly set the cab going down the highway.
Okay. Well,
And like I said, if there's something comes up with the budget meeting, let me know, and come in the next meeting, whether it be the next commission meeting.
Which the end of the month would be the 28th.
Right. I could just come in then if that would, if we needed to talk to him. That's really all. I just had the Joe's and the rescue truck I wanted to bring up because I know we're gonna have to do something for them.
Yeah. Anything else?
I think that's it.
All right, thank you, Dan.
Hey, before you leave, can you text me a number for, people so I can send my card over to them? I got somebody that's gonna haul it, but he needs, somebody needs to contact him to see when we can. Somebody needs to contact them to see when we can take it over.
Okay. You're talking the old stuff that's outside?
Yeah,
Yeah, she told me that I need to get back with her. I think I had recycler wrote down on the list today, but I need to get everything done I wanted to.
do you wanna do that, or, the guy that's gonna haul it was Rodney, we made arrangements last meeting
Okay.
for him to haul one load up there. But, like he says, he don't know who to contact, or where to drop it, or,
I can send you her number.
okay,
From there.
okay, appreciate that.
So, hopefully have more information one of these days on the recycle. I think we're gonna just have to get everybody, you guys, Bird City, it's all in one room and
Yeah,
get it hashed out, because our little committee can't make a decision, so
Right.
we're just gonna figure out how to do it that way. But I'll try to get that worked up one of these days.
Okay.
First, I'm going on vacation, and I can think about this place at all.
If I don't see you, have a good vacation.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Dan.
See you.
I can call Jill, but then we're gonna have to wait on the others.
Well, maybe the others should have put it.
Yeah. We have a buzzer. and see if
Sure,
she's free.
please, thank you.
Okay.
What he doesn't understand is all that money that we're taxing the communities is ending up in general. So there's gotta be some money in general.
There is.
And I know we don't wanna use it all up. We don't wanna just keep dumping it in there, waiting for a rainy day. I think we got enough for a rainy day.
What's that?
She'll be right.